Welcome to Shaf Man TV. Today I'm going to look at Tottenham Hotspur and their prospects and chances for this season, the 21 to 22 Premier League season. It looks from the outside that there's quite a bit of turmoil inside of the club. I think obviously we all saw the documentary which saw Pochettino leaving Tottenham, which I thought was a strange decision at the time, and then Mourinho coming in. And obviously, as a Manchester United fan, I predicted that he wouldn't last a year, and it was kind of caught on film. The trials and tribulations of Mourinho, his criticism of players, and his kind of tough love sort of mentality, which didn't really work. Spurs had an abysmal season, and obviously the biggest story of the summer has been whether Harry Kane will leave or not. According to him and his representatives, Tottenham have broken a gentleman's agreement to allow him to leave. Tottenham obviously wanted a certain valuation for him, and Manchester City didn't meet that valuation, so Kane's still there. And generally, it looks like they've had quite a bit of turmoil, and obviously they've got a new manager, Nuno Espirito Santos, who actually did a really good job at Wolves. Pretty pragmatic coach, really well drilled, well organised Wolves team, but he was pretty consistent, finishing in the top 8, I think, and developing some pretty good players. So Tottenham look from the outside like COVID's really affected them. According to the Evening Standard, the stadium cost anywhere north of £1.2 billion, and I've not been to Tottenham's new stadium, but by all accounts it looks like an unbelievable facility. But the other side of it is that they have around £600 million of debt. It's a sizable amount of debt, pretty similar to what Manchester United have, but without the revenues. And you could see that with the European Super League, like Levy was pushing for Tottenham to be inside the Super League, because obviously they really need the revenue to service the debt and to sort of develop a world-class team to go inside of a world-class stadium. And this, the whole thing with the Super League culminated in quite a lot of criticism by Tottenham fans against the owners, ENIC, and obviously, like, Daniel Levy's seen as being a competent football operator, but from my perspective, if I was a fan of Tottenham, you want to win trophies, you want glory. If Tottenham make profit and make money by selling players, like, you don't see that profit. It doesn't help your life. And I think that although he's probably widely regarded as a great football operator and Tottenham is seen as a really well-run club, I think it's unravelled a little bit for Daniel Levy. And I don't really know where Tottenham go from here. They've obviously won the first 3 out of 4 games. They've started relatively well. Nuno's a good manager. They've kept Kane, who's a fantastic goal scorer. Son's signed a new deal. In my view, an outstanding footballer. And they've purchased, rather conservatively, Brian Gill, or Gil, from Sevilla. Ramiro is an Argentinian international on loan from Atalanta with an option to purchase. Papa Sarr, they bought for 12 million on loan back to Metz. And Emerson Royal, 22 million from Barca. So they've not really upgraded the team. I mean, like, Christian Romero will probably play. He's highly rated. Argentina have got a track record of producing amazing defenders. So they've not, their major sort of achievement was to keep hold of Kane, really. So I don't really know where Spurs go from here. Nuno needs to get Dele Alli playing. Fantastic player on his day. He's just been out of form for a long time. Confidence and injuries. And, I kind of look through their squad and I don't think it's as strong as Leicester's. I think they've got some really, really good players. Obviously, good goalkeeper, French international. They've got Davinson Sanchez as a decent defender. Romero should play. They've got Højbjerg in the midfield, had a you know, a pretty good Euros, is a pretty good player. And Mora has kind of gone off the boil. So there's a lot of question marks over their squad, over their players. And I feel like they're another team that if they got, you know, if they got in, if Kane and Son were injured, they would really struggle. And I think that the way that they're ran in the modern Premiership, it's not really realistic. So like, if you look at teams like City and United and Chelsea, they invest in their teams. Tottenham have spent probably like, you know, 20, 30 million. And that's probably because they've got a £600 million debt. And so you can have this big shiny stadium, but you need to upgrade your squad, you know. You need to try and improve the players. And actually, I kind of understand why Kane wants to leave or wanted to leave, because he's not going to win the league with Tottenham. He's probably not going to win the European Cup. He's probably not going to win anything. And actually, I thought it was bizarre that they sacked Pochettino. It was a really bizarre decision because, like, if you look at the budget, like he was finishing like second and third without spending much money. I mean, and I don't really know what owners like Enoch or Daniel Levy expect, because ultimately they brought Mourinho in for success, but like Mourinho, the success Mourinho had without a big budget has only really happened earlier in his career. You know, he went to Chelsea, had all the best players, won everything. I'm not saying he's not a good manager. At Porto, he did amazing work, but a lot of those players went on to play for big teams. Inter Milan, he had a lot of experienced players, but at United, it was a disaster. And I thought that I think Pochettino's a good manager. I think it was a very, very stupid decision to get rid of them. So anyway, where do I think Tottenham are going to finish? I think Nuno's a good manager, but top 10 probably. I don't see them getting top 4. Definitely not. They might qualify for the Europa League. They might win a cup. But I don't know. I don't think it works when you keep players. Kane was obviously desperate to leave. It just doesn't work. And, you know, they've got some, you know, potentially some good young players, but it's a hard league. So I think top 10 and a cup if they're lucky. But I think they're in disarray. They really need to spend quite a lot of money and overhaul that squad. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching.